Hi friends! I am Kiki of WahKeke and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first YouTube video on this channel, but I am not new to YouTube. Quite a few years ago I actually had another YouTube channel where I was posting about all things education and plus size fashion. And now I am back here on my stream account YouTube channel to bring you a variety of content. But first, we're going to be starting with an Animal Crossing Island tour and review. Let's check it out. Our very first Animal Crossing New Horizons Island tour and review. Zoe has given us permission to go and visit her island, which is jungle themed. And no joke, guys, I saw her tweet about it today, and as soon as I saw it, I messaged her like, I need to come to your island. It looks incredible. Please let me come visit. The lovely Zoe obliged, and so here we are. This is Zoe's island. It has a jungle theme, as I mentioned. So I just wanted to show you guys what the map looks like. So as you can see, we have some different areas. She has terraformed to add a nice little variety of like some elevated spots, but also some connected water areas. So gorgeous. Like literally just looking at the map, I already know we're in for a good start. This would not be possible without Zoe's hard work and dedication, and obviously her putting her island out there. So please, 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 if you are watching this video, support other Animal Crossing content creators. An island called DaisyCove. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Hey, hello everyone. We have just touched down on DaisyCove. Again, my name is Kiki from WahKeke. Welcome to my friends from Twitch and welcome to our new friends from YouTube. Today I'm going to be visiting an island made by the lovely Zoe. You can find her later on Twitter. Today we are going to be exploring DaisyCove and seeing all the magical little places that Zoe has crafted and fit into this amazing island. First and foremost, I would love to point out the walls around Res Services. These were one of my favorite items to be added to the game with the most recent update, and I think Zoe did a beautiful job and putting this around that whole area because it really transports the player and, you know, you to feel like you're somewhere bigger than just an Animal Crossing island. I love the dragonflies placed on top of the pillars. I did not even know that you could place objects on top of those, so I'm gonna have to look into that for my own island decorating purposes. But I love that they're up there because it looks genuinely like they are flying. Cannot get enough of this glow moss. Oh, wow. So far, I'm definitely noticing, I'm really liking the mix of, you know, the different plants, the different kinds of trees that are being used. I see that, like, kind of like the beanstalk, like the giant vine, so to speak, is in the background. We have some palm trees here. Good little mix of statues as well, just to add to the feel that this is a jungle island. Something really cool that I learned about when I was talking to Zoe about her island is that this build was actually inspired by a documentary that her daughter really loves about monkeys. And even more incredible, this island only took 50 hours to build. Can you believe that? Only 50 hours. Let's keep going and see where this takes us. Ah, the beach! I love that this build continues out onto the beach. Because honestly, there's some parts here I kind of forget that I'm on the beach because it's done so well. The pathing throughout the whole island is just gorgeous choices. But this one I love especially because you can really see the different like foliage and the different kinds of like leaf details that are in this path that really bring it to life. Cute little picnic area here. We see we got a couple villagers here visiting us. We got a koala. We had a monkey before. This is the main house. And I think just overall, in general, especially in terms of aesthetic, I think that the straw roof was a really good choice. I like the olive green. It really ties into the area around it. Also, again, notice that she's used these elevated spaces, right, to add more dimension to the island. So it's not just flat, and you really get that depth. It just looks so immense. Again, the peekaboos with the statues are really, really well done. This vine chair, honestly, like, I would give my whole life savings to have one of these vine chairs. I love it so much. I love seeing it used in builds. That's just a personal favorite of mine. Next up, we are going over a little more onto the beach, into this little, it's kind of like a fishing area over here by Roswell's house. Roswell is one of the newer villagers that's been added, so it was really exciting to see him on the island as a resident. So we have his little house. I love the detail of the little chips right here. You see some boats in the background. And again, just the mix of the different paths and choices of flowers that are used, choices of how we are placing certain weeds, and even these leaf piles is really nicely done. We're gonna head back this way. Let's see what is in store for us on the other side. I love the little gyroid placements too. I think they add so much. Alright, we are now back where we started, and we're headed the other way. Excuse me, friend. Oh, wow. Look at how you use the vines here. When Nintendo added those vines and like the other kinds of ladders, I knew that those would be popular, because it really, quite literally, was going to change how the game was played. And let me explain that a little bit. Before, when you went to someone's dream island, or like you went to their dream address, that person had to strategically plan for visitors. And what I mean by that is that they would have to leave out like presents somewhere, right? With the tools that you would need to be able to get around the island. But now that there's things like these little vines and the different ladder kits, now those can just be placed. And so you can have this truly immersive experience on someone else's island without having to be interrupted by, oh, I need to use this tool or whatever. Also, I just want to climb up here. I know I can't go too far, but I just want to get this shot right in here. Look at the gorgeous layers that we're presented with at this spot. And I really love the placement of the vines, especially in this spot, because it looks like the vines were there. Like, this is how Zoe inherited the island, not that she placed them there herself. And I just think that's so cool. Love the little touch of the centipede toy outside on the pathing. I did not know that did that, but that makes me even more jealous that I probably don't have those statues myself. Oh, wow. All right, I'm going to go this way. I want to get the edges first before I get into the heart of the island. All right. Oh, look at the string lights. Oh, I love. We're using some of the indoor plants to bring outside to add more to that jungle element. It's a cute little beachy area with the hammocks. Oh yeah, I could get used to this. I love this double layer waterfall we have right here. The sandcastle is a cute little touch. And now we're hopping on by. Again, more of the vines placed nicely. Some of these don't even necessarily bring you to places where you can go, but just the fact that they're there just really brings the whole aesthetic together, I think. I love the use of this bug model, whichever kind of beetle that is. I feel like that's a really good fit for this build. And I love the kind of erratic placement of this fencing. I feel like because it's like that, it almost gives the impression that even though this is a jungle, that maybe things existed here at one point and they've kind of broken down. Or the other idea is that, you know, there's people that live here and they're building these fences, but, you know, it's not a cohesive thing. This is really cool. I love the flamingos in the back. We got this drum here. Oh, look, we got another cozy little spot. This time we have our little camera. It kind of reminds me of, you know, when you were growing up and you'd watch cartoons, you'd see those like stereotypical like safari adventure shows, right? So just like having your camera and being on an adventure. Gotta have your camera. Oh my gosh, and look at the use. Oh my lord, look how nicely this is done right here. Really, truly. You added this mossy type thing onto the dock. Ooh, this is a cozy little spot over here as well. Another little camp area. Again, you could be like a little explorer in the jungle and you've set up camp for the night. You have some surfboards here. Who knows? Love the vibes. Also, this might be random, but I feel like this is a really good, like, rock to be on this island in general. I know Zoe had nothing to do with that rock existing, but I feel like sometimes when you go to islands, the rock formations that they kind of got stuck with are not so great. This one really works, but I love how you also closed off part of it with the logs and the stool right here, so that it feels separated even though it's so close. And one huge piece. This is another one of those items that's my favorite, has been my favorite since I saw it. I love the magical and mystical element that this brings, and I feel like this is a perfect spot for this, to really tie it into this whole area. Oh my god, this gyroid cracks me up because I feel like it reminds me of like some kind of lizard or frog, which is exactly the kind of vibes that we want for this type of build. Also, this might be an unpopular opinion, but the bug cage from the like bug catching competitions, this is one of my favorite items in the entire game. And so, honestly, every time I see one used in a build, my heart kind of gives a little flutter. I just get very excited about it. Alright, so it looks like this kind of leads off into uncharted territory. So lots of weeds, and we're navigating through the palm trees now. I'm going to make my way back through the fencing. I kind of like that area. It's kind of cool. It's almost like you're off the beaten path a little bit and taking a risk about what might be over there. It's always a good time. Again, the rock formations on this island are so cool, man. They really add to the character of these side areas. Making our way back to the front. Well, we are now going to head up this little slope here and see what's waiting for us. Ooh. Oh, that's a cool gyroid. I like that one. We got some villager houses. So far, they all seem to be pretty much in unison in terms of the houses being in some kind of shade of green. Lots of them using the straw on the roofing. And then, of course, we have the glow moss wreaths on them as well. Like this little seated area right here. This is cozy. Those Moroccan sofas are so cool. Alright, now we're going to cut back one more time, and we're going to go to this other spot that we've kind of passed earlier. Gotta go back this way and hop again. Here we go. And hop again. Okay. Alright, and we are back again at these lovely vines that I was commenting on before. We're going to head up this and see where this takes us. Ooh, I love the use of these giant flowers. That is so cool. The vines and the different trees being everywhere really adds a nice touch. Again, feeling like you're truly surrounded in a jungle. A little slope here. Oh, wow. Look at that. I love this. Oh, wow. And look at that grasshopper. That's a really cool placement for it. I just want to sit here for a second and really take in, like, when you zoom in like this, it kind of takes away that illusion, right? But when you're just up here, you can just hear the different sounds. You hear the wind, you hear the water, you hear the different gyroids, you hear the different bugs that are just kind of vibing somewhere. And I feel like that's so cool. Oh, we got another villager house over here. Oh, that beetle up there is really cool, that bloom one. And I love the use of these giant flowers. I feel like they really bring everything together, that you're in kind of like an exotic place. These pathways are my absolute favorite. These areas, I feel like I spent so much time looking at them, especially when I was showing these off to the stream community. And it's mostly because it really transports you into another world. Look how stunning. Oh my gosh, look at the flamingos. They're just hanging out. Go up here and see what's going on. Hello, Julia. How are you, friend? Looks like we got some kind of sacrifice area. This is incredibly spooky, but again, goes perfect with this. Oh. I love that. I feel like my character would be terrified. Back across. I love all these just little peekaboos we get as well, even when we're walking by. Like, look at this inner water area. At the same time, again, adding that depth. So even though we can't get back all the way up to that area, there's still the like very purposeful decoration. We have the different elements there of the flamingos down on the lower level. But then also we have the statues and the different trees bringing up the layer in the back. So cool. Head over here to this little house. Hi, Faith. And it just keeps going. It keeps going. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, we got a nice little peekaboo here. There's another villager house. Again, keeping with that green theme. We got our glow moss wreath. And we have the straw or hay roofing. Once again, you guys know I'm a sucker for this. I love, love, love the walls being wrapped all the way around this building. This, of course, is the museum. We've all been to this museum. We know what that looks like. And we're going to go back out. Ooh, I just noticed this same path that was over on the dock is also here on the ground here on the stone pathing. And that adds some really nice detail. I stuck. I don't even know why I was stuck. That's so weird. Alright, we're gonna go this way. And I think if we cut over this way, there is this little villager house. We got this cute little garden going on here. This house is a little different because, as you can see, it has the little like stick wreath that you can make. It's like I feel like that's a pretty early DIY, but very cute. You know, a welcomed addition and different style for the houses. Different style fencing here, but still going with that green to stay with the color palette of the island. Yo, my character's getting a workout running through all these paths. It's so cute, though. Oh my god, the leaf bug, my fave. I love this so, like, just the walking through. Oh, I love it so much. All right, here's where we were before. Let's cut this way now. Cut down and around. Here we go. All right. Nice. And we're kind of back near one of the beginning areas. All right, we are now going to head towards the back part of the island. We have a little peekaboo over here at the museum where we just were. We got some more villager houses again, keeping with that same palette. I love the little fires and nooks everywhere. Another little sitting nook. Again, look at that giant vine, just the layering of the vines. Here we have our campsite. I feel like this is a very nice mix of those elements we've seen so far to really establish the environment, so aka the jungle, but also we have some nice little kind of adventure things is what I would call them. Like there's books that are here. There's a little cooking stove. You know, there's this little bicycle here, but also surrounded by all this foliage and the statues. It's a really nice contrast. This is one of my favorite areas. I feel like this is just so incredibly well done. I love the use of the storefront on the sides to really give dimension to these stores. So up here we have our Able Sisters and our Nook Cranny. Look at all the very carefully thought out details that we have around here. We have this little cafe area, the pottery. Again, one thing that I really commend Zoe on is the use of the paths that she has chosen. So I think that this road path, especially with the cracks in it and, you know, some of the greener spots, I think that really ties in nicely with the theme that we're going for. Look how nice that is. And again, you would never guess that we're so close to res services. But here we are. I love the little bicycles out front of Nook's Cranny as well. I feel like that's so cute. It's definitely one of my favorite spots. I'm gonna head back this way and see if can I cut through here anywhere. I can. This is probably my most favorite spot on the entire island. Actually, no, it's probably a close second because those walking paths we saw earlier are definitely my top. But this little like fishing shack, I'm blown away by it. I'm blown away. I love the storytelling that's happening with just this design, right? So we can tell, you know, this building's been here a while. I love the little map that we have here. I love the choice of using the boat that is rusted because, again, it's just playing into that storytelling. The accents of the barrels being here, the fishing bait being placed is really nice. And then if we continue downward, we have, you know, some drying racks. We have a little kind of a fishing nook right here. And I think it just ties it in so beautifully. It really works well. This is definitely one of my favorite spots in the entire island. I will admit, one of my favorite things to do when I go and I visit a dream address is I like to kind of go around the edges of the island or try to interact with spots that I'm sure the creator doesn't actually want someone to access. And I do this because I just kind of want to see if the creator was mindful when they were making the island. If they were looking and kind of troubleshooting for how do I keep the viewer, right, on the path that I want them to go to? How do I keep them immersed in this world that I've made for them? And I am happy to report that even though I really tried it, I tried I will tell you that. I tried to sneak through spots I wasn't supposed to go to. I tried to see if I can, like, kind of go behind the curtain, so to speak, and have some of the magic revealed to me. And Zoe's build is so cohesive that there really is not a single spot where you can kind of break through that wall and almost disenchant the experience for yourself. So that's probably not such a big deal for other people, but for me, I feel like that's really cool. It really shows, how much thought went into the island. Again, I do want to mention this only took 50 hours. 50 hours for Zoe to make this island, and I just cannot get over how rich of a space it is. I've already told Zoe I would love to come back to her island sometime when her island is in a nighttime mode, because I really feel like it'd be experiencing the island in a totally new way. And she has a lot of elements, like the glow moths, for example, these torches, lots of fires, the string lights. She has lots of little elements that would look really nicely at night and would really look so cool. And so we've already kind of chatted about working together sometime in the future, and having me visit again in the year. And you too can go and visit DaisyCove again, and just stunning, absolutely stunning, and could not have been made by a more amazing content creator. Zoe, this was phenomenal, and thank you so much for giving me permission to share this with my community and my YouTube friends. I appreciate you so much, and I'm still blown away by how amazing this island looks. Again, show Zoe your love and support. Go and follow her on Twitter. Her handle is there on the screen for you. And jot down that dream address so you can go and visit in your own free time. And keep an eye out, because now that I know that Zoe is going to be working on future builds or working on other things, I'm going to make sure that the two of us can team up again and be able to show you the other builds that she has in progress. And you do not want to miss them. So again, thank you guys so much for coming and being part of my very first Animal Crossing Island tour and review. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for stopping by.